Injecting over an hour of sound fluid into your precious ear holes. It's episode 27 of the Penthouse Basements podcast. It's a whirlwind episode with a number of crazy topics discussed, including DC go-go music, bad U.S. remakes of British TV shows, a quick round of Google Feud, a Penthouse Basements Improv Club update, a post-mortem on the 2016 election, we reveal who wrote the State Farm jingle, and we also create our own Penthouse Basements Improv Comedy Music Festival. All this and more next on episode 27 of the Penthouse Basements podcast. Hello, everybody. We're back. It's episode 27 of the Penthouse Basements podcast. How is everybody doing? We got a four-man pod today. How are you?
We're good. Good.
Yeah. Oh, great. Everybody's doing good? Okay. First off, let's just say that it's been a while, but we're back. Getting back on that horse, that podcasting horse, and we're going to ride them all the way into the SoundCloud sunset.
That's right. We are something than ever.
Yeah. Okay, so first off, let me just say that there are multiple ways to get in touch with the Penthouse Basements. There's Facebook. What would you do to find us on Facebook? To avoid the blues man.
You would go to The Penthouse Basements. It's facebook.com/The Penthouse Basements. All one word.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Good job, Jeremy. And if I was going to go to Twitter, I would go to improv_PB, I think. Yes, we had to change it because we lost the password for the original Twitter, which was PB_improv.
Well, how come you just couldn't get your password sent to whatever email address you had?
It's a contrived story, which I will tell you now. Nick set up the Twitter with an email address that he no longer has access to. So whenever we clicked on the forgot password option, it would send the information to rectify the forgotten password to the email that he had no longer access to.
So he used that email, and on that email account, he clicked forgot password, right? And then how did he get the password for that email account?
Well, he tweeted it to his
We'll send it to your Twitter.
Damn it! So you're talking about his Hotmail account, his old Hotmail account, I imagine.
No, this is like the Verizon.
Oh,
the one
Verizon
that no one
right.
ever was like couldn't be in the email chain.
Nick, are you like 90? Come on, Verizon.
I set this up on a wooden computer.
Oh, so he canceled his Verizon account, so he could not even access that, even if he knew the password.
Yeah.
There you go. We're like detectives here. Detectives.
Yeah. We got flash forward to now. Well, a little before now, when I changed the Twitter handle to improv_PB, which is what it is now. So that's where you can go to check out our Twitter. And we have YouTube. You can go there and search for the Penthouse Basements. And there's an email address, which I sometimes forget to talk about, but sometimes do.
ThePenthouseBasements@gmail.com.
Yes, so send us inquiries. You know, if you're a Nigerian prince that needs bail money so we can have part of your fortune, we'd love to hear about it. All right. It's time for What's Up, Yo? Customary, the clamoring for segment. I remember a couple weeks ago, I was walking down the street and a policeman stopped me and he said, "When are you going to do another What's Up, Yo?" No. And I said, "Don't shoot. We'll do one next week." So here we are. What's up, yo? Pete, what's up, yo?
So I've been playing in this go-go band for the past 9 months. People not familiar with go-go.
I'm not familiar.
Right? Google DC go-go music.
You're making me do work, Pete.
There's a street up here named after the godfather of go-go, Chuck Brown, a famous DC musician. And, outside of DC, go-go's not known. there's like certain like weird pockets that has its popularity, but outside it's like a DC type music thing. So I've been playing this band for 9 months, doing a lot of shows. We had a show at the fire station.
Oh, we love that place.
After one of our shows, and we got to play a grand total of 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Because the band before us played too long, and there was a police officer and some type of county commissioner who was testing for decibel levels and kept attempting to shut down the show throughout the course of the night because we were playing. Because now, across the street from the fire station, there's apartments that didn't used to be there. So now that is considered like a residential area. And there's like different,
Could you guys keep going like almost above the
Oh, yeah, but he stopped us. I mean, he literally made the sound system guy turn down the sound system because he had it like a decibel meter, and it was peaked at I don't know how many decibels.
So first thing, this is not an actual fire station. This is a bar that used to be a fire station, right?
No, it's a real fire station. If there's a fire, fuck off.
Yeah.
We gotta hear some music.
No, I was thinking even better, like they have the sound decibel level, and so the fire trucks have to be
That's too loud.
Pardon us. I'm also still not clear on what go-go music is, because at least in the gay community, the word go-go is only used in the context of a relatively attractive young man dancing in underwear on top of a bar.
Oh,
I was on,
right?
I was.
Town or any other of the gay bars that you frequent.
You've heard go-go in D.C. You've pulled up to a young African-American driving a vehicle, and he's been playing go-go music, and you just don't know what it is. The most popular song is "The Butt." If you ever heard of that song,
Doing the Butt?
Yeah,
that's a DC go-go song?
Yeah, in fact that's who we played with. At the fire station we played with that band. That was one of the bands we
You
were playing
played with the butt at the fire station.
Yeah.
And they try to shut us down.
Sounds like they needed some preparation.
Yeah. The butt really let loose at this show. It was so loud.
They had their one hit. They were like a one-hit wonder.
No, they've been around for a long time, and that was like a really watered down version. I mean, even that song's a pretty watered down like pop version.
The butt was very watery.
Yeah.
But then they let their creative juices flow
yeah,
all over.
But they got an outside producer from the record company to come in, and he treated them really just like an R&B group and gave them like sappy songs that really just didn't work with what they were doing. So it kind of destroyed like the momentum. But some groups like Rare Essence, they've been backup bands for Ludacris. They went on tour with Ludacris as his like backup band and stuff.
Starfest and the Furious franchise.
Yes. So some like bands, some go-go groups have done that, been like backing bands for other hip hop artists. But we're trying to be the band that breaks out of the mold and goes on tour with the Red Hot Chili Peppers or the Roots or something like that.
Not to be confused with the actual band Name the Go-Go's, which has nothing to do with DZ Go-Go.
No,
DC Go-Go.
You see why I'm confused?
Yeah. Vacation, have to get away.
I've heard that song.
I bet Belinda Carlisle's never even stepped foot on U Street.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh, so she went solo and did Walking on Sunshine.
Oh, and also
Was that her?
That was her.
No, that was
Seen the Sunshine Band.
No. Ooh, heaven is a place on earth.
That
That's
was
her.
Belinda
Walking on
Carlisle.
Sunshine is
Katrina in the Waves.
yeah.
Yeah,
Katrina
okay,
Waves,
sorry.
yeah.
I don't know why, but I conflate those two.
You said KC and the Sunshine Band.
Katrina and the Waves, Casey and the
Casey.
They have
No.
a similar flow.
No,
Yeah.
KC from KC and the Sunshine Man. He was the quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Chiefs,
wasn't
yeah,
he?
KC. What? Kansas City. That's why they call
You're
them
thinking
KC.
of Chief Crazy Horse.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'm so lost.
Everything we say is wrong.
So
Go-Go.
you can find my go-go group on Facebook, the Re-Up Go-Go Band.
Mm-hmm.
If you put that in the Facebook search, and you should come to our pages.
Her name's Re-Up.
Re-Up Go-Go, yeah.
What instrument do you play?
I play the bass guitar.
Go gadget
And
bass.
we have a very large band. We have 11 players in the group
Is it
now.
normal for a go-go band?
We're pretty big for even a go-go group because we also have a trumpet player
Nice.
that just rejoined us. So yeah, 11 people strong, a very crowded stage. I literally have the size of my body to like move around with, like, usually. We had one show like 3 weeks ago where we were missing 2 people. I'm like, oh, this is great. I have extra room on stage.
Not the instruments?
No, we had a keyboard player was missing, and like we have 4 singers, kind of. So one of the singers was missing.
Under mysterious circumstances.
Yeah.
Would you say it sounds like hip hop, or it sounds like jazz, or
It sounds like hip hop. We have like a like the person who leads the group and kind of conducts the group is called the lead talker, and he raps, and he also sings. Also, we have in addition to that we have a female singer and a male singer. So we have some songs that sound kind of almost like neo R&B, like what you would hear, like Erykah Badu or something like that. But we have other songs that sound like more like hip hop. But it's heavy percussion oriented.
And they can't call him the lead rapper, if you're wondering, because then people would just come to him with their Christmas presents.
Right. Like here, rap
Right,
this.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lead talker, a rapper. They call it the second mic, like the guy who raps.
What if there's another guy named Mike in the group, though?
That's true.
God help
Confusion. And in our case, we have a female singer and a male singer, and the male singer also plays the cowbell when he's not singing.
Nice. He's got a fever.
Yeah, he does. We constantly joke about him. Like we call him. We constantly post memes from that because like he plays the cowbell really aggressive and like literally he'll turn around and like right in my face and just.
He got cowbell elbow from one performance.
Cowbell?
All right, the Re-Up.
Re-Up Go-Go, yep.
Check them out on Facebook and various. You post show info.
Yeah, we're playing May 12th. I'm not sure where. It might be this past Friday. We played in Wheaton at the Wheaton Lounge. We might play there again. And I think we have a show in D.C. on H Street at Touche or La Touche. Some club on H Street.
This might be up before the 12th. I'm not sure how I want to stagger the episodes because we just released one. When it rains, it pours. It's the Penthouse Basements podcast. Like a blocked urethra, it's the Penthouse Basements podcast. Okay, Jeremy, what's up,
I
yo?
think we have our new slogan.
Like a blocked urethra, Penthouse is there. Basements.
Barry Manilow owns the right to that music.
Wait, does he actually?
He wrote that jingle.
Really?
Yes. And
That should be your
several
What's
others.
Up, Yo?
But that wasn't me. If Barry Manilow was here.
Wait, Dave
what
wrote that
jingle is that?
jingle?
Dave wrote it.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Barry Manilow wrote that.
He did?
For State Farm, or was
Yes.
it like another
No,
song?
he wrote it for them. He was in jingles for a while.
He wrote a 4-second song and was like, "What am I going to do with this?"
Wow.
This is I'm out. It's done.
Stands up.
So,
sorry.
What's up, yo? So, for me, I did just move. And it was 2 blocks away. And we have more space. And I have been trying to upgrade our closet. And it's bad. It's not fun. I feel like the opposite of Tim Allen. I look at the wall and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to take this shelf and move it up. And I like dismantled like, F this shit!
So you're the
I'm
opposite.
done.
You feel like the opposite of Tim Allen, sober
Wait, so
and funny.
I'm actually good at construction. You know, maybe.
So you have more space. Do you have room for an 11-piece go-go band?
I actually think that'd be the only thing we have.
Right?
Performing in Jeremy and Danny's living room. Unfortunately, you
re-up
can't attend the concert because there's no room, but there's not really anything funny about it.
Oh,
I just moved.
Is it bigger, smaller?
It's 200 square feet bigger.
Wow, that's pretty significant.
Yeah, especially when 200 square feet. If you're moving from like suburbia to suburbia, you're like whatever. But when it's city to city, it's like that's like 33%.
Yeah.
And it was like 33%. It was 723 square feet to 922.
Wow.
For more money.
For more money, yes.
if
I
it
could
was,
say the epic story of how our apartment complex was stupid. Let me set the scene. Danny and I have a limited amount of time to turn in our lease because we have to re-up it and give them 2 months' notice.
Re-up!
Call back! And let's see how many times I can use that.
That's where they got the name from. Some terrible landlord.
So it wasn't too bad because they said, we're going to raise your rent $60. Relatively minutia, but we looked at areas around and we're like, dude, Avalon, there's like totally places that are better than here, and they're the same or less. We brought it to them. They're like, all right, how about $50 instead? And we're like, F this noise. We're looking at all these places. We went in like, there's so many great places. They're awesome. We did this on a weekend. We're like, we're going to wait till Tuesday because that's when prices drop on these sites. Big mistake. Not going to make that again. And all of the units, except for one, were like gone that we really wanted. It was $600 more. And then we were depressed, forlorn, like, I guess we'll just, like Eeyore, I guess we'll just stay in our current apartment.
$600 more a month?
No. This was if we moved to one of those other places. So we're like, well, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
But, so we were moping, and we had not turned in that crucial form. The last day that we had to turn it in before they'd get angry with us. I was sick that day. Danny, in her incessantness, still keeps checking sites. And she's like, Jeremy, there's one up today on this one place. And it's for $2,000, and it's 200 square feet bigger. So it was $40 more than they were going to, or $50 more. And she's like, let's go do it. I was like, okay. So I went over and signed stuff immediately. But that's not the end. There's an epilogue. That's the happy ending. And then it gets even more that
happier.
In addition to Danny's incessantness, she looks
Does she listen to this podcast? Because that's not a flattering adjective.
incessant. She's persistent.
There you go.
That's a nicer way to put
Tenacious.
it. We love you, Danny.
I do love Danny. She looked on the Avalon site to find our exact unit, and they were selling it for $200 less than what we were going to have. They had it for $1,760.
Wow.
And we were like, are you kidding me? We just wanted it to be the same, and then you dropped it. So in a way, we're kind of like, hey, your stupid faces.
Yeah.
Suck it.
Yes.
Use that extra 200 square feet to sell drugs or something, and you make it right
That's
up.
true. Yeah.
Correct.
Not even a lot of drugs.
And if it was
And how many bedrooms is it?
It's one bedroom. One bedroom and a den.
Oh.
Yeah, it's got a den, which is the
Additional 200 feet?
game room. No, that's like it's like an 8x9.
Oh.
I think the living room is bigger. The bathroom is weirdly big. Bedroom's probably actually smaller, but I kind of like that.
They call it a den because a bedroom is required by law to have a window.
Oh.
I think.
I
And
thought it was too.
If only we had a producer that knew these laws in the room. Is a bedroom required to have a window?
in Virginia?
Yeah, in Virginia.
Even in Virginia?
Yes, thank you, producer Jeff.
He knows everything.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's what an and yeah.
Because I have my janky other bedroom in Hagerstown. Has a window. Doesn't have a closet. And it's really, it just kind of connects to the bathroom. But it's labeled as
Well, it's a water closet.
What do you mean it
Yeah.
kind of connects?
it was
a
like
rickety bridge?
when you go up,
Doggy door.
you go up the stairs, you make a right, and there's a proper bedroom. You go to the left, there's this open area, like that's classified as a bedroom, and the bathroom a little bit beyond that.
So it's just an open.
Yeah. But they're saying that's a bedroom. I'm like, and there's no door. There's no door there either. That see, I mean, I go right. There's a door. Proper
Put up
bedroom.
a curtain and then call it a bedroom.
I don't know what to do with it.
Oh, an Asian screen, or maybe just build a wall and do
with like cranes and like a lake.
Or I could just make a giant bathroom and knock down that wall and just have a huge
Have
bathroom.
the most epic potty ever.
Yeah.
No,
Everywhere. You can poop everywhere.
I was going to say you put up
Spray
a
it down
wall.
with a fire hose every 3 hours. It'll be fine.
You put up a wall and you enter and exit Kool-Aid Man style.
Oh, that would be cool.
Oh
Sounds cheap.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, I mean, like it sounds cost effective.
Yeah, it does.
Have you seen these apartments in D.C., and I haven't seen them anywhere else, where you have to walk through the closet to get to the bathroom?
Yes, I think actually one of the places we looked at had that, but I think you could enter from the. Like it was the only way.
Yeah, that was
to get to the bathroom.
That was like my old place in DuPont, and then a friend's apartment.
Wait,
I'm
really?
like, why? Yeah, there was a closet. There was a
Oh
sink.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And I don't know whose idea that was, but it's crazy.
If
What if you really had to go? And
If
you're
you-
like,
yeah.
it was like.
if you can't hold in the vomit and you're gonna
no.
vomit, you could vomit all over your clothing. That's disgusting.
I guess you could just kind of.
Put your
Barf into your
mouth
shirt.
under your shirt. Yeah, I guess
It
you
sounds
could.
awful.
You must always carry a trash can with you.
Under
Everywhere.
your shirt.
No, that's right.
It's called my body.
Are you smuggling a small keg into here? No, it's a trash can in case I bark.
And Jeremy looks like a young Ron Howard with that T-shirt.
That's true. So he's sitting here with his bushy orangish hair and his white T-shirt.
Yeah, like a Happy Days Ron Howard.
Yeah, it looks like he's been pulling at the neck. Like I gotta get this shot. I gotta get this shot.
Fonzie.
Alrighty. Well, I'm glad you finally moved. And is the important question improv? Where if we come to your place to do improv, is there another common room, or we'll be able to go into the belly of the beast where you actually live?
I think actually both. And in fact, this also has a Zen garden.
Ooh.
Which, as far as I can tell, doesn't mean you have to be quiet. It's just outside.
Oh.
But it's like in a courtyard area with a rock. Like rocks.
Sounds
Fancy
nice.
rocks. And so we could just scream outside in the middle of everyone's house.
Do you have a pool up there? Ooh.
There's a pool. Improv in the pool.
Ooh, yeah.
Where can you improv?
Can we pee in the pool? Is it
Don't
okay?
pee in the pool.
Oh, pee in the pool.
Notice pool. Notice how there's no pee.
You can't pee in the pool.
Get the memo. Okay.
Have you heard about the places that put a dye in there so if you pee, it turns like blue to like
That's an urban
I've
myth.
only heard
That's not
about
true.
it,
That's
but I
urban
haven't.
myth.
Oh, that's not true?
No, that's an urban myth.
I haven't actually seen that, but I make sure to urinate in every pool I go to just to be sure.
I've confirmed. I think Snopes. I Snopes it. It's an old wives' tale. Alrighty. That is awesome. I'm glad you now have a place to call your home.
Yeah. Wait, I kind of did before. But
Well,
now it's for real.
Yeah, now you can
Also
unfurl
renting.
for real. Yeah. Alrighty, what's up, yo? For me, just want to quickly recommend a British TV show that I recently binge watched on Netflix called The In-Betweeners.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys anybody heard of it?
No.
I would
Yes.
recommend it. Highly recommend it. Very funny. I would describe it as an adult Seinfeld or.
What?
No.
Seinfeld for adults?
No.
What's more
Are they all
No, I'm saying it wrong. I'm saying it wrong.
Sexy.
A high school Seinfeld
Okay.
where you can swear. So no, I guess I'm like adult meaning like adult themes. Like they didn't really you couldn't really swear on network TV on Seinfeld.
So it's younger actors, but coarser language.
yes, like you see a nutsack in an episode.
What?
Wow.
gotta see it.
A real nutsack? Or
Oh,
just
it's
like,
a real
it's not
nutsack.
CGI? A CGI
Well,
nutsack?
It might have been CG.
It might be American.
Why would you need to CGI a nutsack?
CGI is so expensive too.
Somebody's going to sit at the computer animating those pubes.
Yeah. But it was
God.
probably a stand-in nutsack. There's probably someone that's
maybe.
does stand-in nutsack work.
It's a white guy standing in
Yeah.
for black guys. And that seems weird. That don't seem right.
It's about a kid named Will who he went to like a swanky private school, but his dad left his mom, and apparently his dad was the one with all the money. So his mom and him had to move to another neighborhood, and he had to go to a public school, and he has to deal with that. And he's a bit of a loser, a bit of an outsider, and he bonds with these three other loser types that go to the high school, and it's their misadventures.
Is this the American one or the British one?
This is the British one. I watched some clips of the American one, and it you can't get away with the raunchiness of the British. Like one of the reasons why the show is so awesome is because it's so raunchy. Like, and it lasted.
Is it awkward?
Oh, it can get awkward.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's why I can't watch it.
Well, that's the Seinfeld.
That's
mix,
British,
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. There's an episode where somebody vomits on the little brother of their love interest.
Wow.
And they show it. So I would highly recommend The In-Betweeners. It's a
Nutsacks and vomit.
it's a great show. It's on Netflix. I think it's also on Amazon.
Sounds like that other British show that they did an American version of. The name of the show is some reference to smoking weed. You know what show I'm talking about? They did an American version of it also. What the hell is it called? But it almost sounds exactly
Golden
like...
Girls?
No. It's like Papers or something. Some reference to like weed. I forget what it is though. But how you're describing it kind of sounds similar.
No.
Similar to that.
And we're back! Well, it seems like and I watched the top 10 worst American remakes of British shows, and like the American In-Betweeners was on there. The American version of Skins.
That's it, Skins.
Skins, okay.
Wait, is that a drug?
Yeah, that's like with papers, like Skins, like that's what they call them, like rolling papers. Like,
oh, it's
That's what the British people call them. Or get me some skins and some tobacco.
The American, they did like Absolutely Fabulous, and
they did?
yeah, and
There was an American Ab Fab?
yeah. Well, you never heard of it because it sucks so bad.
No. Absolutely Fabulous.
The IT Crowd, also the American version.
What? They did that?
There's an American version?
Yeah, it's called Silicon Valley.
No, it lasted like they made multiple pilots, but like the latest one, Joel McHale was like the dude, one of them.
Or Joel McHale. You can't catch a break.
Yeah, he should have stayed on The Soup.
Huh. So what other British shows can we ruin that haven't been? Faulty Towers, has that been?
That actually has been, and that was on the list. And they had Tim Curry in the
American version.
Yeah, in the John Cleese role.
Isn't he British?
It's really
You're
weird.
doing it wrong.
You know what would be terrible is an American version of Downton Abbey. Set in pre-Civil War times.
Oh, God.
That would be really terrible.
Yeah, we just there's just something about British TV, like they can get away with more, and it like adds to the nuances. And so whenever we try to bring it here, it loses some of its charm.
Yeah.
So
It's like they can drop F-bombs, but they can't say, like, bloody.
yeah,
Like, bloody.
yeah, it's weird. But yeah, the In-Betweeners, I highly recommend that show. It's awesome.
Only the British version.
Yeah, I butchered my explanation of it, obviously, like I normally do.
That's all right. I still don't understand what go-go music is.
Okay, and finally, Dave, I didn't forget about you.
Good. Saving
What's
the
up,
best for
yo?
last.
Yes, what's up, yo?
So next week, and by the time this airs, it'll probably be in previous weeks, I am hosting my office's talent show.
Yeah.
Not talent show. I'm sorry. That was in December. That was a Christmas thing. This is the office's award show for excellence.
The Dave Johnston Award for Outstanding Achievement in the Field of Excellence.
Exactly. And so it's my goal to take what has been in the past a drawn-out and arguably boring show and making it quick and punchy and getting things done.
So the opposite of this.
Exactly. Yes, I'm going to learn things from this podcast, and I'm going to make sure never to repeat again.
Right. Don't invite David.
Like, it happens in our auditorium, and the winners would be sitting in the audience, and when they would announce somebody's name, that person would start to walk up to the stage, and people would clap, and they would take their statue, and they would take a picture with the director, and then people would reluctantly clap again as they walked away from the stage, and it would take like 90 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to do things where we're taking cues from like high school graduations, where we're like going to take blocks of people and move them right backstage. We're going to bring them on. We'll give you the award. We'll say a couple of things, and then you're gone. And the next
GTFO.
yeah,
Yeah.
get the out. And that is my strategy.
Oh, nice.
So
When is this
it's gonna
happening?
take 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Is someone's videotaping this?
It's going to be, I think, less than an hour. It's going to be, I'm sure, broadcast live to our satellite offices, but I don't know that it's going to be taped. It's an internal thing.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Did someone tape your last thing at the last thing you hosted?
I hosted a charity benefit concert, and I don't think anybody video recorded that. I really should, I guess, be putting up some sort of video resume.
Yeah.
Are you offering
You're
for
real.
a
Sizzle
small
reel.
fee?
Yeah.
A sizzle reel.
For a small fee, Pete will film your thing.
Literally, whatever their thing is, I'll film it. Make it look good.
Zip.
CGI that.
Don't-
Well, I guess the more important question is this government office that you work for. Does Trump know that you're wasting taxpayer dollars with this frivolous award show?
I don't think he's got time to worry about our little award show. This maintains employee morale, and it keeps us working efficiently for whatever administration happens to be in charge.
In fact, it probably saves money.
Yeah, you're right.
That's right.
Can I do a quick aside?
Yes, but let me get a zinger in. Has Trump hung up signs in your office that say the beatings will continue unless morale improves?
Not in my office.
They must have only done that for certain offices around, but they're coming. They're coming to yours.
That's in Ryan's previous office.
They're coming no matter what. All right.
Okay, go ahead.
This isn't as funny. I'll try and make it short. Unlike that time Dave and I talked about black holes. Actually, unlike that
And
time
science.
I talked about black holes.
Speaking of black holes, Pete is available to film
including ones in
anything.
space. But for census, what they would do is you get your form on a certain day, but like 2 weeks before, they would send a letter saying, "Hey, you're getting a form in 2 weeks." And some people were like, "What the F? Like, why are you sending out a letter about a form I'm going to get?" And people were like, rabble, that's stupid, wasting money. It's like, actually, it saves money. Because mailing out a single thing that says you're getting a form costs like a nickel, or I forget, probably 10 cents. If you don't respond, they have to send someone to your house to talk to you, which is like $50. Oh. So they just need one extra responder out of whatever that comes out to, like 5,000 people. Yeah, saves money. So if Trump says that, you're like,
Wow.
Eat a D, Trump.
What does the census fall under as far as
Department of
Department of Commerce. It's it's the census? Yeah, Department of Commerce. With old Wilbur Ross.
That's
a name destined to be a 90-year-old man.
That's who the head of the
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I actually don't know much about him, but considering I know so much about other ones, he can't be that bad because you don't hear anything about him. So it's like, he's probably all right.
So he didn't roll out when Trump became president, or did
No,
Phil?
he's the new guy.
Oh, he's new.
Yeah,
oh,
it was
okay.
Penny Pritzker
He may
before.
have worked previously at is it Goldman Sachs.
Yes.
Really?
I think everyone.
Draining that swamp.
Five of the.
Yeah, it's like
five
either
of his
oil
staff
or
were-
like finance people he got too. It's like the mafia. It's like if Tony Soprano became president, he put everyone in, like all his friends, to all the positions and everything.
I mean, he did get rid of insiders
That's
of the
true.
government.
Yeah.
Putting people like, I don't know, let's just blow up this bridge.
Promises kept.
Yeah.
All right, so that's my thing.
Awesome. Okay, so what's up, yo's in the books? Thanks, everybody. Next up, we'll do a quick Penthouse Basements update. Just had a show, The Pinch. The first Tuesday of every month, we had our May show.
Our seventh one? How many?
We've done it
Fifth?
since January, so that's fifth.
Well, we missed one. Well, no, since November. We did November.
Oh, wait, you're
didn't
right.
do
Yeah.
December. January, February, March,
Yeah.
April. So yeah, that was our sixth, I think.
So, is it truly next month going to be our last?
It could be. I haven't heard anything from Carlos or anyone else as far as.
You really like enunciate from.
No, he just had some phlegm.
This is a good time to re-up our contract, and with Jeremy's excellent contract negotiation skills, maybe you can finally get this to be a paid gig.
You got to get
Wait, I
Danny.
have excellent skills?
Danny,
Well, you-
it's Danny.
I pushed this.
Oh.
I pushed for this whole thing to be a paid thing. Now I think it's kind of hard to start charging people after.
Don't charge people, charge the bar. Say, we'll do this, but each of us gets a free drink or something.
Oh, who'll give us
But
like?
the thing
Dylan
is,
will
if
give
they're
us
like,
free
if they want,
I'll have a
actually,
bald eagle head martini.
extra feathers. Jelani gives a free beer last time.
Yeah.
Well, you drink beer. I'm more of a whiskey man.
That is
I have to
true.
pay for that, except when David
Allow
spills it
us
all
to
over the
bring in
floor.
our-
Nothing.
Well, Jelani always offered me a free drink because I shoot his video, so I'll give you the free drink he always offers me next time.
He might have given me a free drink also.
He gave us free beer.
Did he really?
Yeah, last time. He said, please stay for the stand.
Stand up. Yeah.
Well,
Well, I didn't know that part. It's like, cool, free
betrayed
beer. And it's like, oh, I'm going to leave.
Oh, yeah, I think
tired.
he didn't even say something yesterday about that. He's like,
Yeah, we were bad about that.
I stayed.
But yeah, because you got paid.
I made a whole $5 yesterday.
Yeah. The one time that we stayed, the stand-up was actually
That was good.
really good.
That was the best night I've seen there.
Yeah.
With the, they just need more people like, people that have, maybe like Hetty was there, and she's always really good. They just need two people that are like, who are always going to be good for them always to be there. Because when it's not, because last night it was just too many not good comedians than like a decent comedian and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've always wondered what it would be like to do stand-up.
It's horrible.
It's not horrible.
It's horrible.
I mean, it's definitely a lot more pressure than improv because everybody is sitting there watching you, waiting for you to be funny, sort of challenging you to be funny. You don't have anybody else to play up on. And if you bomb, you just have to like either make a joke about how you just bombed or move on. And you only got 5 minutes to make an impression.
Well, that's easy for you to say, Mr. Runner-up to the funniest
Ooh,
bit.
yeah.
And I do have another gig coming up. I'm doing the Pride show at JR's at the end of June.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
But I have a friendly crowd. I mean, it's gay
With
bar,
abs like that, of course you
gay
do.
audience.
Boo! Yeah! Jeremy lifted. If only you could see that, listeners. Jeremy lifted his shirt.
Everyone fainted.
Yeah.
Oh, so perfect.
The whiteness, blinding, whiter than his white T-shirt. But it's like if we had a room full of improv comedians, it would be easy to do 5 minutes of comedy about the art of improv.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, that's
So
true.
I can do
You know your audience already.
yeah, I can do 5 minutes of jokes about gay life and the audience will love it. And that's most of the crowd.
Like, I'm gay, I get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can relate to that.
So we just have to talk about DC. It's probably the only universal thing you can do.
DC
right
stuff is great. Jokes about, the metro and life in this quasi-political city and things like that.
Will you do a Trump bit?
I suppose I could, but he's talked about a lot already. Everybody is doing Trump jokes. All the late night
it's true.
comedians.
Yeah.
You're like, whatever, we know it. It sucks.
That's the reason why I stopped listening to NPR, because it's just depressing.
It's just all Trump all the time.
Yeah.
Well, but part of it. No, this is gonna get too serious.
No, we can edit. I can edit.
You can edit. All right.
I was thinking that maybe we'll dip our toe into politics, and if it gets too crazy, I can just edit it out. Audacity.
Actually, this is not necessarily politics. This is more about media and coverage.
Yeah.
Which is politics. So I could see, like you said, people doing shows on late night, and it's always jokes about Trump, jokes, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like one of two things can happen. One, you keep hearing it, you become desensitized. So Trump could, murder a kitten on live TV, and you're like, yeah, that's Trump again. And you don't even think about it.
He bit his head right off.
Two, you have the opposite, where people are like, I'm sick of hearing about it, and maybe they wouldn't get desensitized to it if they kept hearing it. But they're just like, I don't want to because I'm bored of it. But if I kept hearing about all these shitty things, I'd be like, wait, no, this is awful. Yes, David.
People are saying that is one of the reasons why he may have won the election, because the news media
Who are these
was
people?
The news media, pundits.
Moose media?
All the cows. They were saying, the news media was all Trump, 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 Trump. Like he was on SNL, he was on Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon ruffled his hair like they were best bros. And people became so desensitized to Trump and how horrible he is that he was able to get elected. People ignored it.
So I've seen this on Facebook where people are like, this is not normal, trying to, I think, break that desensitivity. Because in my head as well, I see some things on Facebook, I'm like, ugh. Again, I'm like, I really don't like what's going on. But what I don't like
1,000
is...
likes for a Disney World trip? No.
It seems like, at least for the 2000s, the more amusing candidate always seems to win.
No matter their quality. It is like a high school popularity
George
contest.
W. Bush won over Al Gore and over, was it John Kerry, who was also notoriously boring.
He was the worst.
And then Obama defeated John McCain, who was kind of older and slower.
He's got his frozen French fry money, though, to fall back on.
John McCain has frozen French fry money?
Well, he's from McCain French fries. No, this is a bad joke.
That's a joke for the Pennsylvanians who are listening.
I get it.
Mitt Romney was also seen as kind of dull, and in the past election, Trump was more interesting and more entertaining than Hillary.
Yeah, and I think everyone wanted Trump not to win so much that they parsed things saying like, oh, Hillary Clinton has a built-in 3-point advantage because of the ground game she has in all these states, and Trump doesn't have any. And, a state like Wisconsin that, Democrat hasn't lost in 50 years, they didn't count
50?
Yeah, it's been a long time since,
It was a long time.
a Democrat lost Wisconsin. Because they even stopped polling at, one point because they're like, what's the point of like polling? Hillary Clinton's ahead by 6 or 7 points. So I think they just underestimated what happened in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania.
First, it's making a murderer, and now this. Wisconsin, you are on my list.
One thing I will say is
Shame on you.
interesting that we've started to now, so far from the election, started to have this post-mortem on Hillary. A book just came out written by some of her staffers called Shattered.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't read it yet, but I read an interview with one of the writers about it, and it just talks about how dysfunctional her campaign was, and it starts with her speech that she gave right at the start. I think it was at the Statue of Liberty, maybe? I can't remember where it was, but she gave this speech to say that she was running, and she didn't really give like a reason why she was running. She was just like, I'm throwing my hat in and we're going to win and blah, blah, blah. And it was like, wasn't powerful like Obama's. And I don't know, it's weird because like some of it may be like hand wringing, like, yeah, she lost. This is why I knew it was going to happen. But I don't think nobody really went into it thinking this is a doomed campaign. They're just doing it now to sell the book. But
I was a Bernie Sanders supporter. And so I'm still, I didn't vote for Hillary Clinton. I voted for Jill Stein. I don't know why now, but I just
You
like,
bastard!
It's all your fault.
Hillary Clinton won the state of Maryland, don't worry. But I was just so pissed off at what happened to Bernie Sanders, and pissed off at Bernie Sanders for wanting to bring a political revolution, but not having the balls to stand up at the DNC convention and say what really, happened and how they coordinated against him. And that was like really just, and I think that's why Clinton lost Michigan, because all those Bernie Sanders supporters were like, I ain't voting for Hillary Clinton, because I felt the same way. So.
Well, I would also say that Clinton is also seen as maybe the polar opposite of Trump, wherein Trump is this new, even though he's not, he's this new, fresh-faced political firestorm coming in and cleaning house. While Clinton, Hillary, she's been around for how many decades? Her husband has been around for how many decades? And people are sick of seeing her.
Sick of seeing the Clintons. And regardless of the fact that if Hillary Clinton would be president, you still would have Bill Clinton in the White House for another, like, how many years? I think it was this Clinton fatigue, regardless of, like, what. Yeah.
Hey there, sugar cookie. You want to come ride on this stick?
I think it was,
How about my penis?
I think it was Ruth Bader Ginsburg who said that the real symbol of America is not the bald eagle, but the pendulum. And that politics swings one way and inevitably swings back the other way.
Yeah, because you're coming off a 2-term president, and it's rare for another party to have
Very rare.
that third term.
It's just enough of a term to get you pissed off of that party.
Yeah,
to go right back,
exactly.
Sufficiently angry at everything.
I guess I want like a quick take. Do we have another 8 years of this, or is Trump one-term president?
Oh, I don't think he's. I think if the Democrats win the midterms, he's going to resign or be impeached. I don't think he's going to make it
People
through his
don't like
term.
to throw out the I word with him, even though there's so many things mounting, like his business stuff and like Ivanka's conflicts of interest with her stuff. And Dave, what do you think? 1 term, 2 terms?
I will reserve judgment for that. I don't want to, speculate about the future, but he's sure got a lot of investigations going on.
Yeah.
What about flying cars? Will we have flying cars? I want you speculating about some type of future events.
I believe in the future we will have genuine hoverboards and self-lacing Nikes.
Yes. Jeremy, what do you think about Trump? 1 term, 2 terms, what do you think?
If he goes to 2 terms, he's probably a dictator. Just be here for life. Not that far.
Damn.
He's going to change his constitution like Erdogan. Whenever he says a Turkey guy. I don't know. I feel like it seems so. Well, I would say it seems so hard to get impeached, but then Clinton got impeached for what seemed like it was kind of silly stuff, and he's done stuff that I think is really terrible. Mm-hmm. And some of the things I think are really terrible that people don't think about, like conflicts of interest, even minutia. I have a huge issue with that because people do not realize the effect that just small things have on your decision making. This is at like a small level for boring shit in your everyday life, let alone a president with hands and everything. It's like that I think is huge, and I have a huge problem with that. But I don't think that the vice president or president actually have to abide by some of these things.
Mm-hmm.
Certain ethics things, like they don't have to abide by.
Yeah, he's basically saying if
it's
it's not, do I have to do it legally? Do I have to do it? And they're like, no, but it looks good. He's like, I don't care how it looks. I'm not doing it.
Which is, I mean, I'll give them that. If it's not against the law, it's like, okay, you're right. They should make it against the law. There should not be a thing.
Yeah. I mean, I had to show my taxes when I bought a house. So if you become president, I think you should have to show your taxes.
His next State of the Union, I think he's just going to take a dump on the Constitution live on TV.
I'm kind of confused. Like, why doesn't he want to? Although, I don't know, the principle of the thing, like, I don't have to show it. I mean,
he's probably not as rich as
you think. I think it's he's got such a thin skin. Like, he needs to be
anything
validated for everything. Okay, we're going on Trump rant.
Well, no, it's okay because, like.
Are we picking a new president? Is that what the next segment is?
Does this segue into something different?
No, I was just going to say, I forget what I saw it on. It might have been John Oliver, but they talked about how Trump, he earns most of his money not through his like business dealings, but through like him licensing his name to put on like hotels and stuff, and he's like a huge fraud.
He's going to do that with the wall when he builds the wall. He says
the Trump wall.
Yeah,
unless it sucks, then
he's going to sell advertisement space on the wall.
By the way, my opinion of 1 term or 2 terms, he's going to be less than 1, but not because he's impeached, but because either Russia or North Korea are going to blow us up.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
North Korea.
Wait, is North Korea or South Korea the bad one?
North Korea.
North Korea. Okay, I was
Do
right.
not see
You watch MASH. Come on.
North Korea is
to watch MASH.
I feel like they couldn't launch like a Kleenex out of the bathroom.
Here's my North Korea theory, though.
Go on.
They're messing up those missile fires on purpose, so they're like, oh, North Korea doesn't have like anything that could,
They're very convincing. They've been putting on that long con for like 50 years. Like, we need to really drive home that we suck.
But I think Russia is more. I mean, isn't there a Russian submarine off the coast of like Delaware? That's like 50 miles, like off the coast of Delaware. That's like been there.
We don't know much about the United States. Delaware, most exciting city. We would take them over.
Wow, this is so nice. Look, a Dogfish Head Brewery.
Why no vodka brewery?
Well, actually, they do have vodka at the brewery in Milton.
Oh.
It will be our capital.
Look, we found it. Perfect. Handmade vodka. Better than Tito's. I can't believe.
Where is Russian hero Yakov Smirnov? And we're back! Alrighty, now it's time. We're going to do an episode of Google Feud. We'll do some quick Google Feud.
Yes.
All right, we got this up here right now.
For those who don't know, Google is full of hidden tools and games.
But do not click any links today if they ask, do you know this person has sent you a Google Doc attachment? Do not click it.
God help you.
There's Google Feud, which is similar to Family Feud, except it uses the most popular Google searches to complete the blank. There's Google Forms.
There's Google Fugue, which plays classics by Bach and Mozart. Sorry, I just said that.
There's Google Food, where you type in food into Google and it shoots it out of your disk drive.
Ooh. Your disk drive? You still have disk drives?
You know, your disk drive.
You
where
don't?
It's like, yo, you suck.
Oh, disk. Like disk.
Puts it on a disk drive. Which drive? Disk drive. Okay.
Okay, we'll go through one round here of Google Feud.
All right.
It's been a while.
Yes.
Okay, first up, culture. All right. How does Google auto-complete this query?
Ooh.
Game show about blank. Jeremy, we'll start with you.
Oh my gosh. Game show about money?
Money. Good answer.
Is it?
Well, maybe not. We'll see. Show me money.
Shit!
Dave, game show about blank.
Cab. Like cash cab?
Maybe they don't remember the name. Yeah. Cash cab.
Boo.
Game show about blank.
Oh, I've seen these Japanese game shows. They're actually fake. People thought they were real. Where like a guy would get like jerked off by a girl. So I'm gonna say game show about jerking off.
Jerking off.
I don't know if they put jerking off.
Yeah,
in it.
is this safe search Google Feud?
No, because remember,
I thought they
the
did
first time we did
words
it,
in.
but we said like dicks or penis or something, and PJ was like, no, they don't do the algorithm.
Well, penis is different than
But then it came up.
ding dong.
There was
Ding dongs.
the store bought snack cake. All right, that's it. I'm doing jerking off.
in the floor. Okay.
Right. Okay. Here's the top. We didn't get any right here, so we're off to a good start. Okay, game show about. Here's the top 10. Lying, truth, video games, license plates, lie detector, marriage, video games 90s, music, relationships, grocery shopping.
What?
I love that game.
Ever think of Supermarket Sweep?
Supermarket Sweep is the greatest game show of all time, in my opinion.
Okay, people.
Wait, is it a game show?
It's
Is it
a
shopping
show.
show? What do you do?
So you would answer questions about consumer products, and you would earn time in 3 different teams. And then at the end of the show, you would take that time and you would run through the supermarket stage, trying to get the most expensive things in your cart. And whoever had the most expensive grocery bill at the end would win.
And people would go for like the frozen turkeys and the diapers and
Hams!
stuff. Yeah.
We got all the hams!
It was so dumb.
Back when hams were the most expensive thing in the grocery store.
Yeah.
Is it also like those announcements like, wow, what a good play, going for the hams, but I don't know, the weight might cost him.
If he grinds his own coffee, he'll earn $100 extra.
Please tell me that's a thing.
That was a thing.
Wait, what?
And you would find random stuffed animals throughout the store that would be worth a mysterious amount of extra cash.
Yeah. Very funny.
What station was
Very
this
fun
on?
show.
I've only seen
Like
it reruns
Lifetime
on
or
like
something?
TBS or Lifetime. now.
Yeah.
Check it
Lifetime
out.
might have been.
Probably on YouTube.
Yeah, Lifetime was probably the original network that it was on in the 90s.
Huh.
Okay. Next
again.
one. How to raise blank. I'm going to say kids. X.
Wow.
How to raise blank. Jeremy.
Chickens. But that's a thing I'd search.
Yeah.
Chickens. Number 5.
Yeah!
Everyone knows how to raise kids, but not chickens. Dave.
Can we
Okay.
offer it could be children.
Oh, could be children.
Now, it could be different kinds of animals or
Yeah.
plants, I suppose, but I'm going to go bold and say how to raise hell.
Oh,
yeah.
X.
X. I knew it.
How to raise blank. Pete.
Chinchillas.
Really? Of all the animals?
C-H-I-N. How do you spell that?
I have no idea.
CHINCHI.
You should autocorrect it, shouldn't it?
I think
It's right here.
dogs or something would be puppies,
Chinchill.
kittens, or
C-H-I-L-L-A-S.
And oh my god, the tension's mounting.
X. Okay.
Cats, dogs.
How to raise HDL. I have
What?
no idea what that is.
High definition.
Credit score. Money. Your credit score. Chickens, we said. How
Yeah.
to raise a boring girlfriend.
What?
An adult. Blood pressure. A puppy. Happiness in Pokemon Sun.
Wait, what was the last one?
Happiness in Pokemon Sun. So I guess.
What?
There's a video game answer in all of these.
Yeah.
I'm seeing some survey
Can we
bias.
ask how to raise a boring girlfriend? What does that mean?
Like, is your girlfriend too exciting? You're like, man, you're like too cool.
Yeah.
Everyone's
she's
like
gonna go
paying
out,
attention to you, and
She's
I
gonna go
like
out and
that.
hook up with other guys. She's so exciting, make her boring.
Yeah.
It's still weird to use the word raise.
Yeah.
It's like she's your teenage daughter and you want her to be a boring girlfriend for some future dude.
Okay, next. How does Google autocomplete this query? George Blank. Now, these are names ones, so it's easy. Okay, I'm going to say George Foreman.
Okay.
Number 10. All right, here we go. Here's our chance.
George W. Bush.
W.
I'm thinking it'd be W. Bush in that bush. I don't know.
and X.
Damn it!
What?
George Takei.
Oh, how do you spell Takei?
Takei.
We might not have spelled it right.
George Clinton.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh, Clooney. Clooney's got it.
What? Bush, just Bush, which is bullshit. It should have counted. George Soros.
Yeah, political.
George Michael. George Washington. George Clooney. George Carlin. George Lucas. George Strait. George Lopez. And George Foreman, which we got.
Wow, okay,
Man,
so
this sucked.
at this point, David and Jeremy are tied, and this is proving exceedingly difficult.
Don't worry, we can just edit this all out. But we're going to do the last one here.
Okay.
Questions. Should I pierce my blank? Jeremy.
Should I pierce my ear?
Good answer. Good answer.
Don't say that.
Number one. Yeah. Yeah. Should I pierce my blank?
Belly button.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would ask Google. Like Google's going to say, no, you shouldn't. Somebody else should.
It's like X. No
X?
belly
What?
button. Only Hitler pierced his belly button.
Septum.
Good answer. Septum?
Correct.
Number 10.
Yeah.
Ooh, someone else is on the board. His name's Pete.
I'm going to put nose.
I like that. Yeah.
Number 2.
Ooh.
Should I pierce my blank, Jeremy?
Corporate veil.
All right, what did we have so far?
We got ears, nose, and septum.
And not belly button.
Not belly button, which was bullshit.
I'm kind of wondering if the cartilage, maybe? What would you call this?
Your ear.
Yeah.
I would still call
Because it's different. I
that.
feel like when people
No,
say everything
I've
in
heard
this,
people say cartilage went in reference to getting in.
But have
Am I
you
allowed
heard
to
them
ask the audience?
say it on
No.
Google, though?
Should I pierce... Oh, man, should I pierce my nipples?
Good
I'll
answer.
try that.
Good
Nipples
answer.
plural or one nipple?
I mean, this is plural.
I feel like if you're going to do one,
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes offset symmetry is cool.
I'm going to put nipples.
Okay, go
Should
with
we go
nipples.
for it?
If it doesn't give it to
Number 5.
nipples!
All right. Should I pierce my blank?
I'm confident about this. Should I pierce my lip?
Oh,
Good answer.
Yeah,
Good
that's a
answer.
one. Yes.
X.
God damn.
bad answer! You're the only X so far.
I have not gotten a single
No,
one.
we got 2 X's.
No, I got both of them.
Dave. Yeah. Pete, should I pierce my blank?
Clitoris.
I don't think that's gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a legitimate question, but I also put clitoris on there. I don't know. No, I still say
clitoris.
it should.
Clitoris.
Someone is searching that. 'Cause
Oh,
they're
yeah,
like, should
yeah.
I do it? But I feel like it's going to be an X.
The answer is no.
How do you spell that?
Where do you find that?
CLITORIS.
R-I-S. I'm just a bad speller. That doesn't mean I'm a bad lover. X.
Oh.
Damn it. Let's see if the one that I was
Say, what
going to
about
do was
eyebrow,
on
maybe?
here. No, I was going to say...
Dong. How about your dong?
I was going to say labia, but it
No, that's what
wasn't.
it's called.
Okay, ears, nose, we got. Should I pierce my ears guy?
Okay.
Tongue.
Oh
Yeah.
Own ears. Own nose. Own cartilage.
Oh.
Baby's ears.
What?
No.
I was
Maybe,
going
I
to
don't
pierce my baby's ears with a stapler.
I know some people who like real young babies.
I'm disturbed by how many people said own this or own that. Like, I'm not, to be
Just
clear,
stand still.
I'm not talking about piercing your ear or your nose, Google.
My own.
Get this straight.
Do you have a friend who doesn't want any part of that? And you're like, you're going to pierce your ear. This is how you do it. No, my own. Oh.
All right, that was a fun little diversion. What I want to do quickly now was the Fry Festival. Big controversy in the news right now. Does anyone know the specifics of
Fire
it?
Festival.
Fire? I thought it was Fry Festival.
Fire.
Well, I got one.
F-Y-R-E.
Fry?
Free.
I thought it was
Look it up.
FYR, fire, like hip and cool.
No, I think it's spelled Fyre though, not like fire.
Yeah, that's the hip and
That's
cool.
what I said.
Like extreme, like
Extreme.
when it's just an X and they get rid of the E. It's like in that same vein of.
So it's
Linguistics.
FYRE.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think this is
okay.
the whole thing we should talk about.
Yes.
Spell it. I know a little bit about what it was. So it's basically the headliners were Blink-182
Oh, yes.
Ooh,
Classic band.
Yes.
and Ja Rule.
Oh, he actually was the
And-
headline.
Yeah, I think he was supposed to play there. So it was basically like a bait and switch as far as like what they advertised. Like the commercial they had is like some fancy, nice resort. I think in the Bahamas somewhere,
Yeah,
wherever that
Bahamas.
is. And people paid like
Up to
$5,000 for like a suite,
Ooh.
but most of them were just like what do they call it? Emergency.
emergency shelters.
Yeah, like they said, like FEMA type
FEMA
shelters.
emergency shelters.
We have these left over from Haiti.
And it was really, and it was just, yeah, it was basically like a bait and switch. I mean, some people didn't pay that amount.
Mm-hmm.
And some people, I think the cheapest thing was like $500. You could go there for $500, which was probably a decent deal. I mean, if everyone got the same amount of shitty service, rather pay $500 than $5,000.
I saw an article talking about it, and they said it was basically a scam to get rich millennials to like give up their money.
Well, it says scam, but the thing is, they're gonna get their butts sued so hard. There's already like a class action lawsuit for $100 million against Ja Rule and the other guy.
Yeah.
I feel like it was more that they're like, we're gonna do this, it's gonna be awesome, and then they like didn't plan or do anything. Like, oh, it was like someone trying to do a late term paper, except you can't cram for this the day before, and it was like a week before. Like, oh shit, we have like nothing ready.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're being represented by Lionel Hutz, attorney at law. I moved for a bad court thing. You mean a mistrial? Yeah, that's why you're the judge and I'm the law talking guy. You mean the lawyer? Yeah.
I just remember seeing a photo in some article that I read about this of the saddest looking cheese sandwich.
Oh yeah. Well, when you say cheese sandwich, you're not saying grilled cheese. It's already it's already a sandwich.
Wait, I think they-
2 slices of room temperature bread, 1 slice of unheated cheese, open faced, I think it was,
It's fancy.
on top of a slice of lettuce for garnish.
Yeah.
Well, they had the garnish.
It's like a styrofoam lunchroom container.
$200.
And did Blink-182 even play? Did they get a chance to play?
I think they canceled the festival.
Oh,
They didn't even-
they said the weather was bad too. They said that was part of like what.
Damn.
They also said like that was bad planning, like knowing this was like storm season, or whatever, too, to have it during this time of the year was.
Well,
Everything was just horrible.
that is horrible planning on their part. However, the Penthouse Basements have been given task. We are going to create an alternative festival
Ooh.
to the Fire Fry Festival. So I want to just go around. Where would we have our festival? Would it be the Improv Mecca because we're about improv, or would it be some other place?
Well, what are our requirements? Or is this just completely shooting it out there? Like I could have wherever I want.
Sure.
We're going to shoot it out, right out your black hole.
Okay, so if we want to have the biggest, baddest, most awesomest festival,
Chuck E. Cheese.
I'm sorry, is this a music festival or an improv festival?
We can do
we can
whatever
do
we
it all.
want.
I kind of figured that's the thing.
Maybe it'll be
It's
both.
everything.
Okay.
Maybe, all right, how about think of just the location first, and we can add in ideas.
Yeah.
The moon. We're going to need to build some stuff, but talk about a destination. Be like, on the goddamn moon.
I mean, we don't
Unless
even-
it's on Mars, I don't know how you top that.
I mean, the weather might be nice. We'll have to
it
plan.
won't be windy.
We can
That's
just take some tarps and poles up there and set up some makeshift tents.
You have to watch out for solar flares.
Have some like fried cheese curds and fried Oreos.
Oh God, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Just leave them outside to fry.
What about you, Dave? Any ideas of where the Penthouse Basements Festival would be?
You're going to need a lot of space. I think somewhere outside of St. Louis. That's right in the middle of the country. And I recommend having one act to appeal to every different demographic. So you'll have Pete's Go-Go Band, of course.
Yeah.
But you'll also have a pop star and a rock group and a country singer and a basketball team, a football team, a baseball team, a hockey team.
Wow.
Every sort of concert or live event that you can think of. There's going to be a boxing match.
Concerts?
Their football games. Yes. In between the musical acts, we'll have a little.
Chicago Bears doing the Super Bowl.
We'll have some sporting, some sport.
And we'll have, who will we have? We'll have Mandy Moore, Limp Bizkit, and Billy Ray Cyrus.
Wait, so we're just having everyone from the 90s?
I would say Mandy Moore is more 2000s than.
She's an actress now.
Yeah.
She's good looking.
She's
too.
on
Good for her.
This Is Us.
That's right.
She's on, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Danny
Pete,
watches that.
where will we have our festival? I mean, one other thing before. St. Louis, awesome, because that brings up the possibility of catering it with St. Louis barbecue.
Yes.
Have Carolina barbecue,
All the
Texas
barbecue,
barbecue,
yes.
Korean barbecue, Mongolian barbecue. God, this sounds good.
Yeah.
I like this festival.
Pete, where would we have our Penthouse Basement's Music Improv Festival?
Oh, so now it has a name.
I mean, I'm just spitballing here. We're workshopping this on the fly.
There's a spot in West Virginia that, because there's a giant like satellite looking out into space, you can't have cell phones or even microwaves in like a 100-mile radius. We would do it on that ground, so no one would have cell phone access. It couldn't be distracted by anything. So it would be somewhere in that dead area of West Virginia.
Would be allowed to have a sound system?
Yeah, as long as you don't have microwaves.
Ever see Deliverance, Pete?
That was in Louisiana.
Did they even have cell phones?
No, they didn't. It was in the 70s. But thinking that the same thing could happen in that area of West Virginia.
We'll get tens of thousands of people, get them drunk, and make them bored. What could possibly go wrong?
And we'll advertise it as Escape from Technology.
I can't play Clash of Clans!
There you go. So people go there and be like, I just want to get away from technology. I'm going to the Penthouse Basements Festival.
Technology that's related to the internet, because there'll still be speakers and other electronics.
Right. Well,
It's a very long name of the festival.
technology that ended in 1980. That's a specification. So.
Yeah.
It's the new Amish festival.
Yes.
Bring your Betamax recorder.
And we'll have the festival's going to start at 3 a.m. and Pork Chop Volcano is going to have to do a 3-hour set to open up the show.
We don't want any part of them. How about we tell them they're getting a set, but then when they come
No,
to
they
do
they
it,
have to do 3 hours nonstop.
when they come to do it, we don't let them in. We're like, we don't know who you are.
For
You
the
can't come in.
unfamiliar, who is Pork Chop Volcano?
They're like our Legion of Doom to our Justice League.
Also, but I also think it's like the Dayton Xavier basketball rivalry in that I don't think they know that we're their rivals.
So they
who?
they hold themselves out as DC's best short form improv troupe.
Yes, and everyone knows we've taken that mantle. So.
Yeah.
That's right.
Taking it implies we didn't have it to begin with.
That's
Maybe
true.
not. Maybe we didn't.
Yeah, I don't think at first we had it, but we definitely have it now.
So which WrestleMania is this? Who
Uh,
has the belt?
It's like we're the Ultimate
Hogan.
Warrior and they're
Yeah.
Papa Shango. That's a deep cut for you wrestling marks out there.
Oh, there will also be wrestling at this.
Yeah,
It'll be like the really dangerous backyard wrestling where it's like people body slamming through like plywood and onto like fluorescent lights and stuff.
On the lights?
Oh. That's gold. I think that's gold. I think the best place to have it though, someplace with a nice climate, so not DC because it gets hot in the summer and cold in the winter. Springtime is like a nice general place to do, like time period wise. I would like it to be near a beach though, because being near a beach on the sand, that's a nice little, area because you can watch us perform or whoever perform, and then you can go sit on the beach and have a good time, and you don't have to have fun at the festival, is what I'm saying. Like, if you get burnt out from 7 hours of improv and you just want to sit by the beach, you can do that.
Drink a bottle of wine.
Yeah, why not?
Open container.
Do you know what the largest beach on the East Coast is?
No.
It wouldn't be one you would think of.
Maryland.
Tell me.
Close.
Delaware.
Close.
Jersey.
No. the other way.
Virginia's Beach.
Virginia Beach.
Virginia
Yep,
Beach.
it's the
Okay,
largest
there we
beach on
go.
it was a trivia question a few weeks ago.
We'll do it in Virginia Beach in the spring.
Well, but I mean,
Go on.
I'm pro East Coast, but if we're really trying to get the most moderate temperature with the beach,
San
what do we
Diego.
want West? I was gonna say, what do we want West Coast?
Oh, yeah.
The thing is, because then you could probably have it at any point in the year and be like, it's awesome. You could do that in DC, but with a shorter time frame. Plus, you're talking about balls hot, like East Coast. It's gonna be like, wow, it's humid and I hate my life.
Yeah, you're right. What about, like, Washington State on the coast
Would
of
that be
Washington
too cold?
State?
Because I think you want we want it to be 75, sunny, right?
But California's got so much regulation and heavy taxes. How are you going to pay for Katy Perry and Luke Bryan and Bon Jovi
And Gallagher.
Both
and Gallagher
Both Gallaghers.
and the Cleveland Browns? How are you going to pay for all this?
Wait, hold on. Money was we didn't get to that part.
Well, we
people
haven't
are paying
gotten to that,
$40,000.
Kickstarter. We'll get a
Yeah,
Kickstarter.
although when somebody sees our act, somebody will inevitably try to come up with a kickstopper to make it so that we can't go on. Like, Gallagher, he's not getting back into the limelight. We got to stop this.
This just says re-up 90 times.
Just like our last show at the Pinch, we will perform 2 improv games between each of these acts.
Yeah.
Yes.
50 straight.
Thank you, Lady Gaga. Now let's welcome back the Badass
We're going to need some audience volunteers here.
Just mosh them up on the stage.
Yeah. Wasn't her suit of live puppies really amazing? Anyway, we're going to do a game called Questions Only. So, okay, this leads into our next topic, which would be acts. Who would we want to be in the show? Like, I want it to be like a variety. So, like, we'd have music, we could have comedy, sketch comedy, stuff like that. So,
Workshops. We need workshops too.
yes,
Yeah, that's how we make the money.
how to
The
build a
workshops.
spice rack. Yes.
Things like that. We need some famous wood shopsman to come and be like, if we want everything, I don't know any famous wood shops like Ron Popeil.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How to make beef jerky.
Like, how to make beef jerky with a cheap thing for like 5 payments of $99.99.
Yeah,
I don't know.
glass
All
blowing.
All right, we need to get one of those bands that like never tours, and then people are like, whoa. So we got like Radiohead. We got
we can
Radiohead
get them.
there.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, we can't get them, but we need them. So Radiohead would be one. Maybe Paul McCartney and like Ringo come back and they team up and do the Beatles Part 2.
I'm going to be controversial here. Fuck Paul McCartney. We only want Ringo.
What?
I mean, okay. As long as we get a Beatle.
Yeah.
If we get a Beatle, people are like Radiohead and a Beatle, I'm there.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be like the rest of the show is literally dog shitting, and they'd be like, I don't care. I don't think I would care, depending on how much it costs. Like, I could see both of them the same day.
You're not going to get the young people with Radiohead and one of the Beatles.
Oh, that's like part of it. So keep it going. We need more.
You have to have like Selena Gomez,
Ed Sheeran.
That's true.
Ed Sheeran.
Ed
I think
Sheeran.
Selena Gomez more. We probably need Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
The Biebs. I think he's on the way out. Like, I would say Sheeran is more popular than Biebs at this
Sheeran?
point. Would you say
Isn't he
yes?
like 35? He's not young.
Age is just a number, bro.
Well, but you're saying like, come on.
Gingers are timeless.
You
I
should
should
know that.
know.
You should know that, Gingy. Yeah, so, Dave, what about you? What acts do you think we should have? Current hot acts.
Yes, because I know all of them. Well, just try to think of like every concert or live ticket event that you've ever been to and get one popular act from each of those.
Louis C.K.
Green Day would be great for rock.
Flaming
Louis
Lips.
C.K. would be great for a comedian.
Garth
Or
Brooks.
Kevin Hart. Maybe.
Garth Brooks would be fantastic
McGraw.
for country.
Yeah.
We've already got Garth Brooks.
He really is probably, he's the top.
No, we get Chris Gaines.
He's the top. He's the top
Him and
of
Faith Hill?
classic country. Faith Hill is not as popular as she used to be. The top country act right now, I think, is Luke Bryan. If you've heard a song on the radio recently about trucks and
Isn't that all of
the
it?
good stuff
And barbecue and stains and shorts.
And
the
America
good stuff
and
is
Eagles.
moonshine.
Oh.
I've learned. I had to ask
I
Jeff.
thought they were clearly talking about the white cream inside of a ho-ho.
Or good stuff eatery. Oh, we also need to have delicious food venues. Food trucks everywhere.
We didn't even talk about that.
Oh my
We're
gosh.
going to get to that. But
All right, so we got Radiohead, one of the Beatles, Luke Bryan, Selena Gomez, Green Day.
You want to get the young people excited, the return of One Direction.
yeah,
This is the time they came back was for this festival.
Yes.
and there'll be like murmurs on social media, like, are they coming back? They've all got tickets wherever this is going to be. So maybe they're getting back together, maybe, and they'll like interview like one of them, and he'll be like, "Oh no, I'm just going as a fan. I'm not going to perform."
Psych! And then he gets up on stage, and they're like, "Oh my gosh,
Like,
cheers!"
Hey, that was a great round of Irish drinking song. Now it's time to bring up some of my old friends. One Direction, you guys want to come up here? And then they're like, no. And they're like, come on, guys.
Harry's here too, or whoever left. And they all get up.
That was Zayn.
And then their shirts come off.
That's right. All right, great ideas. Pete, who do you want to perform?
David Blaine.
And he gets some magic.
And I have an idea
And he
for
brings
him.
back Harry Houdini from the dead to perform with him.
And he makes Bon Jovi disappear.
He might not perform on the stage. Maybe he does his like shtick, and he just like roams the crowd doing his
the card tricks, doing
that stuff.
Yeah,
like,
that's
in
a
the
good idea.
audience.
I like that.
And Penn and Teller.
Yeah, they could do.
They could be a
they're
little
awesome.
bombastic.
No, they kind of
but
hate
like
each
that.
other. I don't think.
Do they hate each other?
Well, they'll be on other sides of the
They
festival.
get a little beef with each other.
Since when?
Some new groups, Churches,
Oh, I do love churches.
Chainsmokers,
Yeah.
I heard they're the Nickelback of EDM.
The Roots,
The Roots, yeah.
Chris Rock,
Yes.
Dimitri Martin,
Okay.
I love them. His show was canceled too soon.
and
Dave Chappelle.
no, I think we got Chris Rock. We don't need Dave Chappelle.
We already had Louis C.K.
Kevin Hart. Actually, Kevin Hart would be... That'd be huge.
He wouldn't do our festival. He's in movies.
None of these people would do our festival.
They would all do our festival.
Well, the thing
Tim
is,
Allen,
we
Tim Allen.
tell them...
I don't think after we slam Tim Allen
He's gonna be
earlier,
like,
he's
"F
gonna-
those guys."
Yeah, I listened to this podcast, and they pissed me off for the last time.
Single tear comes down.
I like Last Man Standing. Have you seen that?
Tim Allen, I don't know.
No.
I have.
It's not bad.
And
It's
I
not
wonder
bad.
why you like it.
It's kind of cute. It kind of reminds me of Dog with a Blog, but with some raunchy. I think it's the same.
In a good way.
No, it's like the same like soundstage. I think it sounds like the same.
know
It
what
looks
that
the
means.
same. I mean, it looks like they do it on the same soundstage.
Is there a dog that's...
You never seen Dog with a Blog?
Wishbone. Sorry. Let's get Wishbone.
There's an act we hadn't thought of.
We said for the kids.
Yeah.
Get Jordy LaForge, get LeVar Burton to come on to Reading Rainbow.
Ooh.
Bring it back.
They got the Kickstarter, though. They don't need our help.
Be like Wayne's World, where they just booked it and hoped everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone would show
So
up.
it will be like Fire Festival, only successful.
Yeah, everybody's going to come. Okay.
Well, what about food?
That's what okay, next topic, quickly. We'll run through food. Okay, so pizza we got to have.
We invite every food truck in the country. And
Bobby Flay.
They get 3 square miles where all the food trucks can go and they set up for the festival.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that is like half. We also have some famous people.
Yeah, famous people.
You know, Yipey McBarkington. That like Bobby Flay or Morimoto, Johnny English.
Guy Fieri. They're going to Flavor Town.
He's actually just going from food truck to food truck for divers, dry ends, and dives that have just moved. And they're like, oh my god, another good one! What the F? This is ridiculous!
All right. Any other thoughts on food? Any last thoughts?
Make sure there's enough of it for people.
Not just cheese sandwiches.
Not just cheese sandwiches.
Do people have to pay for the food? Or does the festival cover everything?
I mean, we're going to charge upwards of $5,000 a ticket.
Okay, I
for
think we
all.
could have the food.
So yeah, we will throw in the food truck food for free, or at least a nominal fee. Yeah. So pizza, yes, and we got to have vegan options because all that stuff.
yeah, a lot of hippies.
Any closing thoughts? Do you think this is going to be a successful festival?
Oh yeah.
The penthouse basements improv comedy and music festival.
Sports.
And sports, right, yes. We'll have, like, I don't know, Tom Brady run through and be like, hey, my good friends from One Direction, that was a great performance. Now I'd like to welcome up on the stage Ja Rule, because we're going to have him come and do, like, a redemption tour type thing, and that'll help his image.
Should we invite the president?
Well, the one at the time, or?
Alrighty, on that note, this has been episode 27 of the Penthouse Basements podcast. I've been here with
Jeremy,
Dave,
Pete.
and this is your fearless host, David Lamison. Thanks for listening, and sayonara.
welcome to the Penthouse Basements podcast. I'm your fearless leader, David Lamison.
I'm Pete, the farting man Panocci.
I'm Jeremy, the redhead.
I'm Dave, the gay one.